On this week's Tuesday Talk, we are talking about health and fitness on the road. Just like we promised. So this week's about health and fitness. And we are very strong believers, is that the right way of putting it? We think that health and fitness is very important.
Oh, absolutely.
And we both come at it from a slightly different perspective. For me, my health and fitness, the most important thing for me is what I eat. Part of that's just how it's always been for me, and eating healthy has always been important, but also because of my migraine issues, there's a lot of foods I've been trying not to eat, and so eating healthy, eating stuff we cook on our own is very important for that as well. So we didn't really change how we cooked when we went from the house to the Airstream. We changed how we ate, and we changed some of the utensils and ordering of things, but the actual food that we ate has not changed since we left the house. We eat a mostly plant-based diet and full of vegetables and whole grains and beans and very little processed food. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's going to change very much once we hit the road. There might be times when it's harder for us to find fresh produce, but we have some backup plans for that using sweet potatoes and all sorts of other things. So that will not change once we hit the road. We will stay healthy. We will not be eating out more. A lot of people think that. They think that
people assume we eat out a lot more because we live in an Airstream. But our Airstream happens to contain a sink, and it happens to contain an oven.
Everything we
and
need.
Even a microwave.
And a stove.
The process might change a little bit, but we have all the capabilities of a real kitchen here in our little Airstream, which is really nice.
So eating healthy on the road is not actually that difficult. You just have to be disciplined about it and learn some of the tips and tricks of being in a small space and cooking, which we're going to share with you on Thursday.
I'm more of the gym rat. So a few years ago, I was horrifying to look at. I had an extra 50 pounds on me because I went out to eat twice a day, every day, and did not exercise at all. But I mean, once I moved here to Arizona, I changed that. The pounds started to fall off. I really enjoyed the experience of being in the gym, in the environment of everybody working out, and I've really gotten to love doing that. It's become a habit. I'm kind of a gym rat now. I used to go 2 times a day sometimes. The second time would be with Courtney once she got off of work. But the biggest change for me is going to be figuring out how to incorporate my resistance training, my weightlifting that I do in the gym now here in the Airstream. Now there are bands that I can get. I can do push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups if I find a tree branch or something. But really, that's probably going to change significantly. I'm probably not going to do as much resistance training, weight training. I'm probably going to transition more into cardio through hiking and walking and biking and things like that. I hate running.
He won't run.
Absolutely despise running. I cannot fathom the thought of running a marathon. Not for me.
I've done 2 halves. He supported me in them. I don't think I'll be running them again.
I was there waving good luck, but I will not actually run. That is not what I do best, so I don't do it.
And I started doing some yoga in the Airstream, so I also plan on mostly getting my exercise through hiking, biking, walking, when we travel. But I also started doing some yoga, and so I'm trying to convince this one that maybe he wants to try some
I am
some
not
basic
flexible,
yoga.
so I probably need to do some yoga.
There are ways that you could still go to a gym when you're traveling. We know people that have gym memberships.
There are some really inexpensive nationwide gym access
The only issue with
plans out
that
there for some gyms.
is that you have to be near one to go.
You have to be in a city, but we plan on boondocking
95% of the
a
time.
lot. Yeah, so we probably won't be near.
No. So I don't think we're going to get a gym membership. And
at least not to start.
No. And if we end up finding ourselves near one of these gyms that has the nationwide for like $10, then maybe we'll do it. But I don't think we're going to be near one enough to make it worth it.
So really, at the end of the day, our diet stays pretty much the same.
Healthy diet in the Airstream, just like at home.
And we're going to transition, at least I'm going to transition my exercise from weight training to cardio because that's what's easy. I don't have access to the weights. I'll probably institute some yoga too with you. And really, that's
the plan.
That's it, right?
And I think that's going to keep us pretty healthy. on the road. A lot of people say once they hit the road, they have a hard time staying healthy because they find themselves sitting a lot and eating out a lot more. I think as long as we stick to our eating plan, which is easier in my opinion for us because I can't eat a lot at restaurants, so it limits us a bit.
That does help.
The budget will also keep us there.
Yes.
And we stay active, which is the whole point that we're doing this. I don't think we're going to have an issue with health and wellness on the road.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So we'd love to hear from you guys. If you've traveled a lot, whether in an RV or not, how did you stay
What do you do
active?
to stay fit?
Yeah, is there any ideas for us, especially for Steve, on resistance training of any sort while in an RV, while traveling? And
Any words of wisdom? Love to hear
yes,
that.
exactly. And I think that's it for this week. Stay tuned. The rest of the week will involve mostly cooking-based stuff, but still in the health and wellness theme.
Speaking of dinner,
We may have to get to dinner because we're cooking.
we are.
Yeah. So we will see you next week.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.